We are revisiting Royal Recruits because they are still one of the best cards in the game, and as we are coming into the end of the season, this will be one of the best decks to get you up to Ultimate Champion. Now I'm currently, I think, 2 games off Ultimate Champion myself. I've left it a bit late to push this season, but we're going to hopefully hit Ultimate Champion today and show you guys that you can hit it using this overpowered deck. So without further ado, let's hop straight into the games. So hopping straight into game number 1, and I just double checked, and yes, we are 2 games off of Ultimate Champion this season, so hopefully we can get it in these first 2 games, and our 3rd game will be up in Ultimate Champion wherever we get placed, probably around like 17 or 1800 medals. I think that's where I typically kind of finish the placement matches, or whatever you want to call them, the run up to the top. But let's just get a bit aggressive here. So we're playing against actual log bait, and I have a kind of log baity deck, but not the legitimate version, of course. And we're just going to hit the ability here nice and early. We'll go for the Goblin Gang in the centre to pull that Valkyrie over to the side, and that should distract for long enough just to take that out quite nicely. I'm going to go for the Skeleton Barrel here up the left. This guy's got quite a bit of spammy troops, so we need to be on the lookout for that, because these barbs could mess with us a little bit, and we kind of need to save our arrows for the minion horde, because if we use our Mighty Miner or something on the barbs and then the minion horde comes in, it could do a lot of damage. So these are some of the things we need to look out for. But yeah, I have left it quite late to hit Ultimate Champion this season. Let me know if you guys have hit Ultimate Champion yet, because you know, sometimes I feel like it's just easier. I kind of forget about it sometimes, and then I'm like, oh well, I'll be really mad next season if I have to start from the bottom, no boost, so I always just go for the rush right at the end to try and get it. Typically, probably not the best way of doing it, but it's the way we do it here. So let me go for my Mighty Miner here onto that, and I'm going to go for my Goblin Gang as well for the Hog. We should clean that up quite nicely. We're going to take a little bit of damage, and we are obviously going to be on the lookout for that minion horde coming in. We're probably going to expect it, and we'll hit the ability any second now. Nice. He's going to go for the barbs. We have the arrows ready for the minion horde. Never inevitably comes in. Oh, the Skeleton Army comes in instead. Regardless, we're going to go the same thing, and then we are going to go for the guards here up high. I leave it a little bit too late, I think. No, just perfectly. Very nice, and we take out the majority of that right tower. Very, very nicely. We get a good lot of damage off there. We managed to take a lot more elixir out of him than we had to spend. That's one of the things I love about this deck. I feel like it's so good at just getting positive trades. You know, other than your recruits, everything's quite cheap. Everything kind of requires a bit more spend than to defend. And so it makes it quite nicely. Now, we're going to take out his Evo Valk. The Evo Valk will obviously clean up our recruits really, really easily, but it's going to be quite nice for us to clean that up. And let's go for our Goblin Gang here. He shouldn't have been back to his arrows already, so we're quite safe to go in for these. And this is one of the things I actually really like about this deck. We kind of have that balance of, what's it called? Of our guards and our Goblin Gang. So even if our opponent starts going for like predictive logs and things like that, it doesn't really matter. There's not much they can do about it, which is always a nice one. Now we're going for the ability here. I'm actually going for the Firecracker just in case he goes to the Skeleton Army, and he's not going to, but that's alright. Okay, we're going to go for our recruits here. Hopefully we can keep our Firecracker alive, make our lives a little bit easier. We go for the Skeleton Barrel, and we just go for the arrows, and that's game number 1 over and out. Nice and easy, never really under any sort of pressure, and we'll hop straight into the second game. And yes guys, we are hopping into game number 2, and this guy goes for quite a nice play off the start. I think that's a really good play to make whenever you have wall breakers. Going for that split lane typically always forces out more than you have to spend. And as we've seen there, I had to go for my Goblin Gang. He's up at 1 elixir already, and now we're going to go for a Mighty Miner just to defend that, not take all that much damage, just make it nice for us. Now, I was going to say we are in potential for a mirror deck here, but we're not anymore. He's running Bandit, probably some kind of bridge spam deck. Not really sure exactly which type, but he's going to go for the Mega Knight. Very nice. Okay, let's say we take one more shot off, then we're going to go for the guards here. Probably pretty bad guards to be honest, but I want to keep this Firecracker up as long as we can. We go for our recruits. Maybe not the cleanest defense here to start. I think Mega Knight's always one of them ones it can be a struggle to defend sometimes, especially whenever it comes to the Evo one, and our Mighty Miner won't take that out, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes, and we'll deal with that later. Now, we're not off too bad a start here. We do obviously just need to keep in mind that he will have that Evo coming soon, which is going to cause us some issues. We're going to go Mighty Miner here onto the Bandit. I know I would seem like I should be saving my Mighty Miner for the Mega Knight, but it's just not going to do all that much for me. I'm going to hit the ability so Firecracker dies, just get out of the way. But, excuse me, the Mighty Miner won't do all that much against the Mega Knight just because it is the Evo Mega Knight. He'll just punch it away, and he'll do nothing. It's like, I don't know what it's like. I was going to say some sort of comparison with the Inferno Dragon, but I can't even think of one. But let's go for a Firecracker here in the back. Well, wouldn't be surprised if he goes for Mega Knight now soon. He might not, but I would not be at all surprised if he does. Probably onto this. So hopefully that Scale Bar gets a little bit of damage done, and there it is. Now, he doesn't have the Evo Mega Knight, which makes our life a lot easier, like a lot easier. This game just kind of went a bit more onto easy mode, which is quite nice. We should be able to clean that up pretty nicely, and then we'll go for our recruits here. Now you're going to get it off just in time before the Mega Knight decides he wants to jump, and then we hit the arrows onto the Firecracker. Take that out nice and early. We're going to go for the Skeleton Barrel here. He goes for his arrows. Shouldn't have anything really to deal with this. Our wall breakers going to be going in as well. Oh, they're not going to quite get off in time, unfortunately enough, but got kind of enough done that I am happy with that. Going to go guards here. We're actually going to double up and go Goblin Gang as well, just to make sure these wall breakers don't connect. Sometimes they can slip through really awkwardly, and it's just really annoying to deal with. Okay, he goes to the Mega Knight, kind of probably, you know, the correct play there, but his Evo Bats are going to come in, and they're going to kind of be annoying. And now we're going to have to go guards here. Probably didn't need to, but I kind of panicked whenever I seen that with the Bats still alive. Thought sometimes, you know, whenever they have supporting troops down for the Mega Knight, a lot of the time they can actually get like enough damage on your Mighty Miner that it dies before it manages to take out your before it manages to take out the Mega Knight. So it's always something you need to look out for. I'm actually going to Skeleton Bar here up the right, and he's going to defend the right side. I kind of expect him to ignore it a little bit. He's going to defend the wrong tower, to be honest. Okay, that should be game over. That was a bit anticlimactic. I'm not sure what happened, but that was us into Ultimate Champion, so our third game will be in that. Okay, so we got placed in like the mid to low 1600s, which is a bit lower than I normally be. Maybe I just had a rough run at it this season at some point. But we're going to go with it anyway. Hopefully we'll be able to pull off some wins. You know, we're still in Mega Knight range, which, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's go for a Skeleton Bard here up the left side and see what we can do about this. Now, wonder what this guy's running. So is this just going to be a similar deck to the last game? It seems like it's just the exact same deck over again. Maybe this guy would have the Evo Mega Knight instead. But I mean, we'll take it. We won last game, why can't we win again? And we get a lot more damage up the left side this time. And this guy's just kind of running a typical, it seems like a starter deck, to be honest. And my guards are going to be bad. That's very nice, isn't it? We're just going to waste them guards. Going to have to go arrows here on to take out the witch, otherwise it'll melt my Goblin Gang. And then we're just going to take out the hog. Hopefully it doesn't get any more hits than it has. And that's going to end up not the best sequence of events, but it worked out nonetheless. Now let me go for my Firecracker here. Hopefully I'll take all this out without too much without taking too much damage, and apparently that's too much to ask for. We take quite a bit of damage to the minion horde considering we had a Firecracker down. Probably bad placement on my behalf, I'll be completely honest. But you know, we made the choices, we made the plays, we have to deal with it. So we can just let this go actually. It's gonna get like 1 or 2 hits off one of the goblins, but that's alright. You know, we can allow that, especially whenever that's our strong side. We're not all that bothered. And he's going to go for his Firecracker in the back. Now I'm going to Mighty Miner same lane. We can expect a Mega Knight here. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't go for it. And he doesn't. Well, that's actually fair enough. I go for my Wall Breakers just to get the King Tower activation, make my life a little bit easier. Now we're going to go for the ability here just to take that out. And then we're just going to guards on top of the witch, which will take that out too, and we go for our recruits. Now I know we're just saying a lot of taking that out, not very good commentary from me, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. Now he's gone for his Mega Knight up the left, which might make a bit of a hard defense for us, but he doesn't really have anything to defend the right side, except for an Evo Firecracker, which, you know, it's a pretty, as far as things going to defend Royal Recruits, it's a pretty good one. So we can take the one hit here off of that. We'll just go for our Goblin Gang here. Our Firecracker is actually going to come back, which is very nice. He's going to hit the freeze, which is not going to be good for us at all. Okay. Hopefully we can get this Firecracker taken out sooner rather than later, because it's proving to be quite annoying. We're going to go for the arrows here as well. He's going to go for the early Mega Knight. We should burst onto the tower, and then that will be that down. Now we just need to defend. We go for the Goblin Gang here up high in the centre. He doesn't have enough time to even go for Hog anymore, and that's going to be a game win for game number 3 as well, boys. 3-0 with this insane deck. So yes guys, we did win all 3 games today, and I think we really showed off how good this deck can be. It's even against the Mega Knights, which you're going to come against at the end of the season, as you're kind of, you know, a lot of the top tier players are already kind of into Ultimate Champion long ago, so this is actually a good time to push up. And if you haven't try it out. It will do you well. I'm not promising, but I'm nearly promising. But anyways, if you did enjoy, do be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video, boys. And peace out.